Hello, I'm Dr. Patricia Shamai. I am the course leader for the MA in International Relations. Over the course of this short presentation, I will be providing an overview of the reasons to study at Portsmouth, the content and structure of our programme, and the teaching and assessment related to our programme. Why study international relations at Portsmouth? What do we offer? We offer a course that covers issues central to contemporary international relations. The course is developed around two key thematic areas: security and risk and global civil society. These areas relate to the expertise of staff that work within the university. If you look at security and risk, you will be exploring the key security debates around defence and security within the 21st century. We look at the changing nature of modern warfare, the actors associated with modern conflict, and methods and approaches to try to address that conflict and bring about efforts for peace. We also explore global civil society. Global civil society relates to the role of non-state actors within the world environment, the actions of NGOs, and of global movements to address world issues. You'll be able to develop a high level of specialist knowledge in any area of your choice through the dissertation. This is where you can develop your learning and your skills. All students will be assigned a personal tutor and a dissertation tutor. They are the same. And your dissertation tutor will be able to guide you through your research and help to promote your research interests. We offer flexible learning. The campus-based MA in International Relations enables you to study on a full-time basis for 1 year, on a part-time basis for 2 years. You can also study distance learning, and we have a separate MA in distance learning which addresses this, and this is run by my colleague Dr. Mark Youngman. So what does our course offer? What can you look at, and how do you address these security and risk and these global civil society issues? When you take the MA in International Relations, you'll be taking 2 core modules, which all students take, and then a number of optional modules. The core modules are divided between exploring international relations and the dissertation in international relations. The module Exploring International Relations gives you a really good understanding of the key theoretical debates within the discipline of international relations. It helps you examine how these may be applied to interpret significant events and trends within contemporary world politics. The study of international relations differs to other disciplines in that international relations tries to look at models and the interaction between states, tries to develop theories and models to explain why states and international actors respond the way they do, and essentially to try and explain the causes of war and peace. So if you take this unit as part of the MA in International Relations, you'll be getting a really good understanding of the key theoretical debates and models associated with the discipline. This unit is designed for those who have no knowledge of international relations, and also for those who've already studied the discipline and want to develop that knowledge further. And all students will gain a really thorough understanding of what are the debates and issues associated with the study of international relations. And you can apply these to your understanding of the different optional modules that you take. When you take the dissertation in international relations, you're able to specialise more within your own interest area within the discipline. And we really encourage you to look at different sources and to really explore your knowledge of this subject area. And we try to help you to see how you can utilise these knowledge and these skills within an employability environment, or how you can adapt and further that knowledge should you wish to undertake a PhD after your master's study. You can also take a number of optional modules or units, so the term means the same thing. In our first semester, between September to January, you have a choice of one of the following units: NGOs and social movements, European international relations, facing new challenges, and contemporary security in international relations, providers and challenges. If you were to take the NGO movement and social movements unit, you would be developing your knowledge further of the role of civil society as a fundamental concept in democratic theory, and how transnational non-governmental action is a key feature of contemporary globalization. This unit explores the role of grassroots political activist movements and how these are empowered by communications technology. You'll examine how these have grown exponentially and how now international NGOs are highly visible advocates in a range of policy areas. If you're interested in the European Union and European security, you could take the European International Relations Facing New Challenges module. This module critically examines how to conceptualize Europe and the EU's changing role in international relations. It addresses Europe and the EU's evolving and sometimes conflictual relationships with other states and world regions in an increasingly multipolar world. If you're interested in contemporary security and international relations, the Contemporary Security Unit examines the key issues, concepts, and understandings of contemporary security politics in international relations. It introduces students to the concepts of securitization and security, and identifies the key security providers within the contemporary international world. You'll have an understanding of the major challenges to stability and security and international efforts to address these. In your second semester, between January to May, you have a choice of 2 of the following units: Resistance and Rebellion, Defence and Deterrence, and Terrorism and Political Violence. The unit Resistance and Rebellion examines social movements across the world and the role of collective actors to resist and rebel against government policies, proposals, and even legitimacy. It looks at how these collective actors challenge the status quo and emerge within diverse contexts, from Western liberal democracies to Eurasian authoritarian regimes. This unit combines a diverse range of case studies with conceptual and theoretical approaches to help students develop a critical and reflective understanding of this crucial feature of contemporary politics. If you were to take the Defence and Deterrence unit, you would be examining the change from traditional approaches to security and defence, which are focused upon states and the threat of the use of nuclear weapons. Large-scale war had been deterred and is deterred through the notion of mutually assured destruction. Within a 21st century context, while the security threat remains, there now emerge a wider range of security threats from states and non-state actors, and these take different forms. We look at emerging new technologies, new types of warfare, and the importance of the media and of arms control to try to deter and prevent future conflict. If you take the Terrorism and Political Violence unit, the aim of this unit is to enable students to critically analyse both terrorism and political violence, and to question how these concepts are used to frame, manipulate, control, and colour a range of politically pertinent issues. There are also further learning opportunities. Alongside these core and optional units, you can also take non-credit bearing units. So when we say non-credit bearing units, we mean units that are not assessed. We have a unit Researching International Relations, which is online only and provides you with a really good understanding and grounding in different research methods relating to international relations. This unit gives you a really good understanding of how these methods can be used within your dissertation, but how you can apply your understanding of these within a wider employability setting. We also have an academic enrichment programme. This is run throughout the year and offers you the opportunity to participate in and be involved in different research activities, whether these are workshops, one-to-one sessions, or larger international conferences. We held a large international conference a few weeks ago, which addressed the changing nature of deterrence and the role of nuclear weapons within the 21st century. This involved outside speakers from NATO and from the US government and the UK government. So large important actors contributing to contemporary world issues, and you'll be able to be involved in all of these different events. We also offer a study abroad programme. This is being restricted due to the wider coronavirus global restrictions, and this is subject to the policy and the restrictions as they change over time. We do have very good links and offer a study abroad programme with Belgium, the Czech Republic, France, Hungary, Italy, the Netherlands and Norway. We won't know how this will develop. This is subject to change, but depending on what the wider guidelines are regarding coronavirus, we have these opportunities in place. So we've explained the opportunities open to you. How are our modules run? How do we run our teaching and our assessment? So the campus-based MA programme involves lectures, guided seminars, workshops, some online delivery of learning materials and independent study. Coronavirus restrictions have meant that we have had to put all of our lectures online and our seminars are taught face-to-face. Again, these may change depending on the coronavirus guidelines and restrictions. We do have a separate distance learning unit, but as I say, and that's taught separately by my colleague Dr. Mark Youngman, but we offer online opportunities within the campus-based MA as well. Our assessment is by coursework, and you can have a choice of essays, policy briefs, posters, narrated presentations or portfolios. These again are connected to employability. We're mindful of the requirements of international organisations, NGOs and government organisations when they seek employers to write policy briefs or portfolios on different issue areas. And so we try to tailor our assessments to these. You can also choose which module you'd like to study depending on the different assessment types that you like. Some students find that they prefer essays to presentations and vice versa. So I've outlined for you what the units and modules are involved within the MA programme and our teaching strategy. I think it's also important now to highlight for you the staff and the expertise that builds into and is intrinsic within our programme. At Portsmouth, we have a very good record of high pastoral care. Every student is assigned a personal tutor. They will meet with that personal tutor throughout the year, and the role of the personal tutor is to help support and encourage them with any issues or difficulties they face throughout their studies. You can go to your personal tutor at any time with any questions or queries. We also have an excellent system in place of student support within the wider university, and students are encouraged to access and utilise the wellbeing support and the learning and the teaching support that is available. All our staff specialise in different areas that relate to the MA programme. So we have specialism in terrorism and political violence, NGOs and social movements, exploring international relations and researching international relations, contemporary security and international relations, defence and deterrence, European international relations and resistance and rebellion. And all staff have published in international journals and presented internationally within these subject areas. I also wanted to take some time to highlight for you how you can utilise your MA in International Relations from Portsmouth into employment after your studies. And our students have gone on to have successful careers within a wide range of areas. They've gained careers within the United Nations and other leading international organisations, for the UK government or their respective governments should they be international or European students, within the NGO world, within the military services and within the private sector in banking, risk management and a wide range of other private sector areas, as well as many, many more. So thank you. This brings me to the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening. If you have any further questions or queries, please contact our postgraduate@port.ac email or access and utilise our website. Thank you very much.